Today's my take on Saturday's fight between Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev. You had Anthony Joshua defending his IBF world title, his WBA Super World title, WBO and IBO world title. People like to leave out the IBO, but you know what? A title's a title, so fair play. Anyway, Kubrat Pulev been sitting on his mandatory position for 2 years now since he beat Derek Chisora. Fair play, weren't Derek Chisora's best night, but it was a good fight, and he won at the end of the day. Sometimes, a lot of times, results for count, but he hasn't really risked his position. He's not in the same category as, say, Dillian Whyte, who's fought the most dangerous opponent who's willing to fight him and risked his mandatory every single time in the ridiculous amount of time that he's been the mandatory for. Well, got Deontay Wilder and now Tyson Fury's belt. Anyway, hopefully wins that back in January or February, whenever the rematch with Pulev is. So going back to it, Kubrat Pulev was game for this fight. 39 years old. Fight that he looked in great shape. He was on it. He knows this is his last chance. He knows he's got the experience in Joshua, and he thought he could have him. He generally believed he could win it. Day before, seen the press conference video, and people said, "Oh yeah, to sell tickets," and I get that. It's the day before, but he was going for it. He was like, it was the same. It reminded me of seeing a video of Mike Tyson who lost it at a weigh-in with Lennox Lewis. It wasn't even a weigh-in. It was some event. It must have been a conference, and he just lost it. He went mad at him, went ham. Like, and to be fair, Kubrat Pulev, he's a dangerous, hard-looking, big guy. Like, if he was doing that to me, well, it's different. I'm half his size, so I'd be shook anyway. But AJ didn't rise to it. He seemed getting a little bit irritated, but you would. And yeah, kept his calm. Didn't go. Well, it'd been quite funny if he did lose it, but he didn't. You know, he said what he said. He said, "You show me that you're better than me tomorrow." And well, he didn't. And yeah, so it led to a good fight. But I was just hoping for Kubrat Pulev. I know he's known for having the best jab in heavyweight boxing. I mean, that's quite a statement. But he's got a good jab. You know, he's got a great amateur background, and he's got great experience. He's been around for a long time. But yeah, I just wanted him to go for it. You know, come out and put it all on the line, leave it all in the ring. And to be fair to him, he did that. So I think Bulgarians, you can hold your head up high, but your champion, your man, did you proud. AJ, well, he did the rest of us proud. Well, especially us from Britain. But yeah, so the fight itself, AJ's power, man. AJ could box. He showed restraint. He showed experience, maturity. He didn't. At one point, kind of thought he'd punched himself out. And let's be honest, he did just a little bit, but not as much as say in a Klitschko. Granted, he's probably fitter than he was in Klitschko. He looked lean as well. I mean, he's getting that right. He knows what his optimum shape is. But yeah, he didn't jump him and wipe him out. Some other fighters, Dillian Whyte, will question why he didn't. But I mean, when you're fighting top tier opposition, you go for it. You can't count them out. That's when they're most vulnerable. That's when some of them are most dangerous. Look at Povetkin. Look what happened to Dillian Whyte. So I wouldn't worry about that coming for AJ. But yeah, it was a great fight, man. I was kind of hoping the stoppage would come earlier. Well, that's what betting does to you. But came when it came, and it was what's the word? It was concussive, but that's not the word. It was conclusive. It was conclusive win. No rematch. That was no argument. No nothing. It's a good fight. Ref was alright. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't paying attention to ref, but he was a good ref. Any ref which didn't get stick is a good ref. And who didn't stop the fight early is a good ref. People say, "Oh, he should have stopped the fight sooner." No, he should not have. It's a heavyweight world title fight. You don't stop the fight until you have to stop the fight. Just my opinion. The opinion of many others. But yeah, end of the day, Kubrat Pulev, I don't know how much he got paid, but it would have been decent. I'm hoping it was a million. Do you know what I mean? I'm hoping he's taking home after cash, like something at least over half a mil, maybe even a mil plus. I mean, it's AJ, so it's very high chance it could be a mil or a couple mil. Who knows? But then again, it's not in a full stadium, was it? It was in Wembley Stadium, but there was a crowd, which was great. And somewhat sad to see AJ, our great heavyweight boxer of our time, to fighting. Might as well be a school hall, you know, or just an empty room. It's not really on. It's not really appropriate for the occasion. Anyway, he went out there. He did the business, and they were respectful after. There was a moment actually in the ring. I don't know if Pulev was still giving it. You could see the adrenaline on his face. Like, he high-fived him. He's a true fighter, man. True. You can't take anything away from that guy. He probably would have been up for carrying it on, no doubt. But it's a good thing he didn't. But all said and done, it was a great night of boxing. What else was on the card? So I got to the party late, so I got there just in time to see Okoli's fights with his opponent, and I don't really know what happened there, but I mean, he took him out. That other guy, I don't know if he looked like he was already a shot fighter. He just couldn't take the punches. I know Okoli's not going to take anything away from Okoli. Okoli is a huge, strong cruiserweight with power, but to do that, the guy was in a bad way, man. That guy should never fight again. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's his last fight. He needs to hopefully find another way of making money. The other guy, because you don't want to see people get hurt like that. And there's people getting hurt, and then there's people getting hurt, and that was his punch resistance was not there. But don't take anything away from Okoli. I believe that sets him up for a WBO world title shot his next fight. I thought that was going to be it, but it was not. So hopefully he gets a better crowd, bigger crowd for his big shot. And yeah, British London Fire, all the best, man, all the best. Hopefully him and Chamberlain can have a rematch before Okoli moves up to heavyweight, which will probably be his chosen path if all goes as well as it has been. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Have a good day.